Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon arrived in Washington Sunday night to give President Bush a 91-page book proving that Yasser Arafat funded terrorists. White House sources say President Bush has the book and is almost done coloring it.
A scientist for the Wildlife Conservation Society is the first person to ever discover homosexual behavior in wild orangutans. When asked exactly how he discovered the homosexual behavior, the scientist got really quiet.
MSNBC reporter Ashley Banfield, now in Pakistan covering events there, has cut her hair short and dyed it brown in order to go unnoticed in the male-dominated country. Take it from me, Ashley. If you think having brown hair and glasses will keep men from noticing you, you are right.
This week, Reverend Jesse Jackson called for a nationwide Halloween boycott, saying that instead of trick-or-treating, we should spend the night with our families. No word yet on which of his families Jackson was referring to.
2 days before Britney Spears' HBO concert from Las Vegas, someone broke into her dressing room and stole the white Elvis-inspired rhinestone jumpsuit that she wore to promote the event. And you know what? I'm not giving it back. Keep it now. It's mine.
Friends star Jennifer Aniston suffered minor injuries after getting into a car accident in Hollywood. The other driver had his car totaled, but on the upside, he gets to tell his friends he rear-ended Jennifer Aniston. Oh, snap. 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 Oh, snap.
This week, Chelsea Clinton was spotted at a Donatella Versace party dancing provocatively with her boyfriend, Ian Klaus. Not to be outdone, the Bush daughters have set up a meth lab.
Stevie Wonder is being sued for over $40 million by an ex-girlfriend who claims the singer agreed to support her after he gave her genital herpes. In response, Stevie said, "I've never seen that woman before in my life."
A 32-year-old Filipino farmer sliced his genitals off with a machete in a fit of religious fervor because he believed his penis was leading him to sin. In a follow-up to this story, he was right, and it worked.
Makers of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone say they had to hire a voice double for the movie's star Daniel Radcliffe after his voice began to change during filming. This explains the title of the sequel, Harry Potter and His Astonishing Pubic Hair.
This week, President Bush was quoted as saying, "Not over my dead body will they raise your taxes," which reminded many of when his father said, "Read my lips, no new taxes," which at the time reminded everyone of when his father said, "Say, taxes are bad, see?" which reminded people of when his great-grandfather said, "Observe my masticator, I shall abide no new tariffs." Of course, all of these are just derivative of when George Bush dinosaur said,
In a small town in Germany this week, a man who was so drunk he couldn't walk was stopped by police after borrowing his father's electric wheelchair to go buy more liquor. He may be under arrest, but he still gets our Winners Never Quit award.
Geraldo Rivera will leave his CNBC talk show to go to Afghanistan as a war correspondent for Fox News, which raises an interesting ethical question. Do we have to act sad if Geraldo dies?
This week, a professional clown from Saugerties, New York. Guys, way early on that one. How many times we got to rehearse this, all right? Wait for the punchline, okay? God. I mean, the punchline is he got hit in the face with a pie. So, I wasn't saying the punchline. I was doing the... You know what? Let's just start over, okay? Let's start right over. Okay, this week, there's a man in Saugerties, New York. Forget it. Back to you, Tina. Forget it.
A London newspaper is reporting that Sean Puffy Combs has hired a proper English butler named Farnsworth. So far, it's working out great, except that every time Puffy comes home, the butler instinctively calls the police.
A new study shows that the Dead Sea is dropping at a rate of 2.5 inches a year. Also dropping at a rate of 2.5 inches a year, Martin Landau's testicles.
The Victoria's Secret fashion show was televised Thursday night on ABC. The fashion show featured the Heavenly Star bra, which cost $2.5 million, with matching diamond-encrusted thong panties for $750,000. Thanks, Victoria's Secret, but the only way I'm putting $750,000 worth of diamonds in my ass is if the Nazis are coming.
On Thursday, Rhode Island Senate unanimously passed the bill to issue license plates honoring the 50th birthday of Mr. Potato Head. Then on Friday, Rhode Island State unanimously passed a bill prohibiting them from passing bills when everyone is drunk. Unanimously.
Unanimously.
Thank you.
Attorney General John Ashcroft issued a terrorism warning asking all Americans to be on high alert this week. I think I speak for all Americans when I say, bitch, I can't be any more alert than I already am. I'm opening my mail with salad tongs. I take my passport in the shower with me. Right? I'm watching so much CNN, I'm having sex dreams about Wolf Blitzer. How about you be on full alert? I'm going to freeze my head like Walt Disney, and then you can wake me up when everything's cool, okay?
Snoop Dogg is predicting that GM stock will go up with the introduction of his limited edition Snoop DeVille sedan. Especially since it was named Best New Citizen of the Yism by Sizzin' and Drizzin' Magazine.
According to statistics released by the American Society of Plastic Surgery, last year surgeons performed over 389,000 nose jobs, 133,000 facelifts, and 212,000 breast augmentations. And it still doesn't look right.
You did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Oh, snap. Uh-oh. I think the robot Tina broke down. Maintenance? Chris? I think the battery went. Can we get another robot Tina? Thanks.
Dick Cheney appeared at his birthday party Wednesday with a bruised lip after one of his dogs bumped into his mouth while playing. What is up with this administration? Cheney's got a bruised lip. Bush has a huge scrape on his face. Ashcroft has burn marks all over him. But tell the truth. Do you guys have a fight club? I think there's a White House Fight Club.
Tina, you know the first rule of White House Fight Club.
I know. Don't talk about White House Fight Club.
Yeah. Hoping to get people to start going to museums again, New York City has announced a new ad campaign called I Love New York Culture. But if they want me to start going to museums again, they should call the campaign, Sorry We Yelled at You for Touching Stuff, Jimmy Fallon.
In women's health news, the FDA announced that it has approved NuvaRing, a new highly effective birth control device for women. NuvaRing is 2 inches long and releases a continuous low dose of estrogen, just like Michael Jackson's penis.
Kiss for luck, little Jimmy Fallon.
Maggie Smith should shave. Does this mean I'm knighted? Or did I just get queened? No?
Police in India have arrested a man for threatening to kill a tiger he believes is his lover from a past life. Well, at least he only wants to kill it.
It was revealed in a London tabloid last week that Donald Trump has plans to buy a parachute in case he ever has to jump out of one of his buildings. Either that or he plans to grab his comb over and Mary Poppins his way down the 80th floor.
Earlier this week, the LA Police Department searched the home of Paul Rubens, better known as Pee Wee Herman, and confiscated his collection of vintage erotica. So let me understand this. Now Pee Wee Herman can't even masturbate in his own house? Where would America be comfortable with Pee Wee masturbating? Do you want him to go to a sterile room in a hospital or like the space shuttle? Or should he buy a mobile home and bury it under the ground?
Earlier this week, a man shot himself while inside St. Patrick's Cathedral. When asked to comment, church spokesman Father Robertson said, "Girl, it's a scandal."
Just tell us and we'll pass the information on to him, because if there's one thing I've learned from working with all of these guys, he's not going to stop doing it. Right? They do it, right? It's true. Men masturbate all the time. Right, Jimmy? Back to you.
Rarely, if ever. According to FBI documents, O.J. Simpson has allegedly been letting a drug dealer stay in his guest house and drive his children to school. In his defense, O.J. points out that if the drug dealer didn't drive the kids to school, they'd have to ride with the murderer.
You're surprised that dude's a murderer? Researchers have been able to teach sparrows how to differentiate one language from another. Experts say this is a giant step towards their goal of teaching birds racism.
Experts say that satellite images show that part of central London are sinking up to 5 millimeters a year. Also sinking up to 5 millimeters a year? Martin Landau's testicles. The Weekend Update, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Tina Fey. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.